Happiness is just a word to me, and it might have meant a thing or two if I'd known the difference.
Hey, how's it going, guys? Heretic U here with a very special Malifaux battle report. This is Malifaux 2.0. That's right, the public beta was released last week, and this is my first game with trying out the new rules. So you know I had to try out my Gremlins. I'm a big Gremlin fan. They released the new cards for Gremlins. We're our own faction, so for the first time ever I could say, hey, this is Gremlins versus 10 Thunders. I mean, officially say that it's Gremlins versus 10 Thunders. Anywho, moving on to turn 1, that Yin figure that Mark's using is not Yin for this battle. He's actually proxying Drake, which is a new model released for 2.0. Drake double walks, and then I use Lenny and his special upgrade, which allows him to basically fling a height 1 model 10 inches. So yeah, that was pretty cool to have Lenny back on the board and have him actually play like a support role. While we're at it, I might as well mention the strategy that we're playing is called Squatter's Rights. Now, Malifaux 2.0, all strategies are shared, and there's actually less strategies than 1.5. However, schemes are now chosen from a random pool. You draw cards, and depending on the number in the suit, determines the available schemes that you have. So a little shift in design or focus in 2.0. So for strategy, I chose deliver a message, which, as some of you 1.5 vets will know, that was a that used to be a strategy. It is now a scheme, and I chose protect land. For the 10 Thunders, they also chose deliver a message and bodyguard on Ototo. You can't see Ototo, he's not in the shot right now, but I think he's hiding behind the rocks. And he's also being proxied by Kang, so it's going to be a little bit difficult because my opponent is using quite a few proxies. The metal thing on the hill towards the top of the screen, that's a 10 Thunders archer, but Masaki is Masaki, so that's, at least that's good. So moving on to our first opposed duel, I activate Rami and take a focus shot on Drake and do a couple points of damage. Mark activates his 10 Thunders archer and moves down the hill. So just a quick jump back to what I was saying about the missions. Squatter's Rights is basically line in the sand. There are 5 markers stretched across the center line of the table, and it is both crew's job to activate those markers. I didn't know if that was clear or not, but I thought I would mention it. Going back to the battle, I activate Francois. I put him right on one of the squat markers, and then declare a shot on Drake. So I'm basically trying to, chip away at Mark's models one at a time. And I'm just in range, and we have another opposed duel. So yeah, so thanks to Lenny and his whack piglet, that was the upgrade that I got. It's called Love It and Pet It. Lenny's an enforcer, so you can buy upgrades for enforcers. They're entitled to 1. And so that is something new to Malifaux. It's sort of a way to customize certain minions and henchmen, and your masters can all get these upgrades. So that's a really good ability, because that 10-inch push basically makes Lenny a control piece as well as a beat stick. And now we see the Oiron activate. So she walks out and then casts Lure on a Toto who's hiding behind those rocks as well. So Toto gets to move up. Now I don't know if it's Lure or whatever, because we're talking new rules, new models, but I'm thinking if it works like the old way, that should have been a free strike by the Oiron, but yeah, it's something I would have to double check. Yeah, as you see, that's me flipping through the printouts. I should have made cards. In retrospect, yeah, I should have made cards. Would have made it a lot easier to keep track of, especially upgrades. But anyways, I go reckless with my Gremlin, and he moves towards the top squad counter, I guess. Squad counter. There we go. Quick note to Gremlin players: you have to declare reckless before you do anything else. So it's a small change, but it is a pretty significant thing that your opponent can call you on. So I was actually called on it like once or twice during this game. So Mark quickly activates Misaki, seeing that I'm trying to go for the top part of the board, declares a charge, and is short, which is pretty funny. We actually played half this game forgetting that pre-measuring was allowed now in 2.0. And there's me just double walking a Gremlin, just kind of positioning my myself for the inevitable clash in the middle. And he responds by double walking King, and then a double walk by another Gremlin. So I'm starting to line up my gun line. However, I think I'm a little too close to the action there, and things might end up bad. So there's Summer. Now all masters now have fast, and so he activates and sort of takes position on that hill. And that's turn 1. So moving on to turn 2. Change the camera angle so that you can see the squat markers. I'm gonna eventually get used to saying that, but for right now it's a little strange. You can see the squat markers, you know, about 6 inches apart across the middle of the table, much like Line of the Sand. The initiative flip goes to Mark, and Mark charges with Misaki at Francois. And so we have our first taste of what Misaki does in combat. So yeah, charging's different in M2E. It still takes 2 actions to perform. However, you get 2 strikes now instead of a built-in positive. So let's take a look at our first melee battle. Misaki coming in, looking to take out Francois. She does win the duel, and it does put her at a negative twist, though. I think we forgot the Bacento blade was had a built-in positive to it. Yeah, I think we forgot that. Anyways, negative twist means he flips the Black Joker for damage. Second attack. Again, he wins the duel, and still at a negative, though. Does a couple of points to Francois. But the important thing about this duel was he burned a soul stone. He had a 2 cash. He burns a soul stone to get the automatic suit. And so you can burn soul stones and just give yourself the suit. That is one of the new uses for soul stones. And he declares his next target trigger, which he goes after the Bayou Gremlin. So Misaki is still just Misaki. You know, she's just going to run around the board, chopping things up. I mean, she doesn't have decapitate anymore, but it seems like she's still pretty quick master, and she can get, you know, to where she needs to be. So her next strike, she hits a Bayou Gremlin. Does a couple points of damage, but I did flip a mask on my defense, so I'm able to declare Squeal, and I push right out of there. And so Masaki's exposed now, and it is my activation coming up. So I got Masaki now threatening my 2 objective scores, both Francois and that Bayou Gremlin. Both are hurt, and so I got to do something there. Fast. So I activate Francois, and I go reckless, and then I activate the squat counter and move into melee with Masaki. And this is where I'm going to test out the durability of masters. As you see, I flip pretty darn high there. We've got a CB6 on my sword. Actually, CBs don't exist anymore. It's a melee of 6 on my sword. Masaki's defense is, I think, 6 as well. So we're about even, and since soul stones can no longer add to your total, you know, I am no longer afraid to go after a melee beast like Masaki. So I end up hitting her and doing a couple points of damage on her. So this is actually a pretty bad situation for me, as I have Masaki on the upper left hand side, who's, you know, perfectly capable of taking out Francois and 1 Bayou Gremlin on her own. That's going to be a problem. I can sort of back it up with Lenny. Lenny's definitely in position there to come help out, but then if I do that, I sort of lose the middle there, because I only have Summer and a few Bayou Gremlins, and Remy is doing his best to try to cover both sides of the field here. So looking back tactically, I think that move was probably a mistake, or, you know, I shouldn't have done it at that moment. No reason to respond right away to Masaki. She's already activated. She did the damage that she could have. Instead, I should have shored up that middle there, maybe moved Summer towards an objective. But I've got to live and learn. So now Mark is activating Drake, and it looks like Drake is going right at me. He's going to go right for Summer. That's right, assassination run. You're seeing it live. What's going to happen? Well, sort of live. Anyways, he measures. You saw him pre-measure the charge distance, and now he's checking the attack, and he is in range. So we've got Summer versus Drake. And I think at this point I start contemplating burning stones. Control hand was pretty bad, and he actually does a number of hits on me. He hits me at least once. Actually, I didn't burn any stones. Now that I think about it, I should have. I could have used the stone. Now I had 7 to give me a suit, so I could have went with you know, a mask to get Squeal off, but instead I just hung in there, looking for my turn to activate. What I didn't realize is that Drake is also, along with damages, dealing out poison tokens. So Summer is in a bit of trouble early on. Also, as far as the upgrades I took for Summer, I did not take a swig. So I took a Get Your Bro and a couple of new ones I wanted to try out. So I have really no way to heal Summer at this point. So I think at this point I had like 3 or 4 poison tokens on me and some initial damage, so basically I'm looking at a dead man walking. Not only that, you've got Misaki on one side of the table, and I have Drake and Atoto coming in down the middle, and so it's going to be crucial what I do with Lenny here. I'm pretty sure I can make that charge on Drake and sort of get my master out of trouble. But then I leave Misaki alone, which is, kind of a dangerous trade-off. So I do have Rami, who's out of frame right now. Rami does have range on Misaki, where he's currently at, and so he could help out Francois on that side, and perhaps move Lenny to countercharge Drake. But then you're looking at a countercharge of Atoto. So, just looking at this turn ahead, I am in some serious trouble here. Definitely dealing with some hard hitters, and I've got to get to those squad counters in order to score. So, Mark activates the Oiron. Oiron double walks and is protecting a squad counter. So, Mark doing a very good job in the middle, fending me off, and he's got Misaki on the other side covering my end, and here I am activating Rami, who's going to fire at Misaki. So Rami still has aim high, so this is good. So I can shoot into that melee without worrying about anything, which is what I do. And I end up, I think I miss once and hit her pretty hard for the second time, forcing Misaki to burn her last stone to mitigate damage. Now, the reason I haven't activated Lenny yet is because I want to see what Atoto is going to do. Whether he's going to go for an objective and activate a squad counter, or is he going to try and go to complete the assassination run on Summer, since Summer's exposed. That will give me some options by activating, Rami first. I could force Mark to activate one of his other characters and just kind of get an idea where he's going. So he does that by moving up one of his only 10 Thunder Archer, and I believe he's going to take a focus shot. So this is when Mark does something very interesting, kind of a gamble here. I thought the 10 Archer might take a shot at one of my Bayou Gremlins to sort of, pick off an easy target and cut down my number of activations. At this point, he's weighing his options, and he fires into combat, trying to hit Francois. So he shoots over towards Misaki, and he has to randomize. And unfortunately, he ends up shooting Misaki instead of Francois. I said Rami, I meant Francois. So there's a small change in randomizing combat in M2E. I thought I'd just bring it up right now. In M2E, you only randomize when targets are engaged within 2 inches. So, for example, if you have a guy with a 3-inch melee range, then basically, if he's outside of 2 inches, you actually don't have to randomize. You can shoot into that combat, even though technically they're engaged. So my turn, I decide to sort of do the same thing. I activate a Bayou Gremlin, fire into the combat between Summer and Drake, and actually get a really good shot off, and take out Drake with one hit. I think he was hurt from Summer activating Summer did hit him a couple times. I don't think I mentioned that. So I don't think the Bayou Gremlin actually did any damage to him. I think that was all Summer. So at this point we reset the camera, and more continuation from turn 2. A Toto jumps in. A Toto coming in to take out Summer. So Mark playing a little War Machine there. Kind of a surprising move. You know, at this point I have the only activated squat marker, and this is his last activation, so I figured he would have you know, moved up and activated a squat marker himself, and therefore negated my score. But it looks like he was hell-bent on killing Summer. Don't know why. I mean, Summer's he's a cool guy, you know. I don't understand why you want to kill him. But oh, that's right. Going back to schemes, he had assassinate on Summer. He did not have deliver a message. It was assassinate. So they do their exchange. I think at this point I was able to cheat my way out of danger, and then now I countercharge with Lenny. Sorry about all the confusion there, but you know, stuff starts coming back to you as you kind of watch the battle. So Lenny charges in. He's within his combat range now. In combat in M2E, when it comes to swinging upwards, you add the height of the model and the attack range. So you can actually swing up to height 5. Now if that's wrong, correct me, because these are brand new rules, brand new beta, so I could have that wrong, but for now we played it where Lenny charged in, did a couple points to a Toto there, and now Mark has his I believe that's a Samurai. Yeah, a lot of proxies in this game. He wasn't able to engage. It was a double walk into combat, and now I move my one of my Bayou Gremlins and activate a second squat marker. My opponent is now out of activation, so it's all me, and I'm just positioning myself to win. So I've got 2 squat markers. Looks like I'm going to score this turn. I activate my last Bayou Gremlin towards the bottom left, firing at the Oiron, just so that Mark can't clear that marker off. And is actually, Bayou Gremlins, I'm surprised on how good they are. So as I measure their range, this is me declaring the shot. So now the Gremlins are in good firing position. Everybody's in threat range right now. So that last Bayou Gremlin in the corner there actually gets Thumblock Trigger off and does 4 points of damage to that Oiron off the first shot. At this point, Mark has spent his deck. So right now it's like it's top decking defense, and you know, I'm in position to shoot. So I'm feeling pretty. If I can get rid of that Oiron, I'm feeling pretty good. So I fire again, and I get Demlunk off again, and this time do 2 points of damage to the Oiron, do 1 point to myself, and luckily I'm still alive. But that's good. So I've got rid of one of his potential objective grabbers, and Oiron are generally a good control piece. I have no idea if it's still the case in 2.5, but you know, why take the chances? You know, just shoot her in the face and worry about it later. So now we're moving on to turn 3. I think I left turn 2 at normal speed, which is probably torturous for you guys. So turn 3, I've sped it up 2 times to sort of clear things up. Anyways, Mark wins the initiative here, and so he's activating first. As you can see, kind of a big, pile up in the center of the board there, and I want to keep Misaki busy, or if I could pick her off with Raimi, that would be pretty good. But he wins activation, and he flurries with a Toto. And what was really surprised about this move was that he chose Lenny as the target instead of Summer. So he spent all of turn 2 going after Summer. Now that Lenny's exposed, he wants Lenny dead. Maybe he wants Misaki to finish off Summer. I'm not too sure. But anyways, flurry on Lenny, and I draw a really bad control hand. I'm not able to win any of these duels. So, Lenny is down and out, and he's out of the game. So Toto has taken out, my big enforcer and my control piece. So at this point, I'm thinking, okay, I got to score as many points as possible. We're in turn 3. So my first activation, I go with Rami, who's behind the rock, that big rock formation there. Now remember, I had to deliver a message, so I go Reckless, and I deliver a message to Misaki, and then I try to whack her with my dueling sword, which doesn't work out. Even with a high flip like that, it just doesn't work out. But it's worth the victory points, because actually deliver a message is now worth 3 points because I announce it. So I'm sitting on 4 victory points right now, which is not bad. So I'm basically, my plan is hopefully just to score enough points before I get tabled and actually pull a victory out for the Gremlins. So Mark's chooses to activate Misaki. Masaki's going to do a diving charge on that Bayou Gremlin. Yeah, actually, I think if I could break down her activation, I think she was stalking Francois, got a 0 action off on Francois, bashed his face in, and then declared a diving charge on the Bayou Gremlin. So, which I'm okay with. I lost Francois, and there's Misaki doing a couple points of damage. But the thing is, she's gone away from those 2 squat markers, so now I only have to worry about the 10 Thunders archer maybe getting in my way. So, Misaki's having fun chopping people to bits, but at the end of the day, it's about scoring. And in M2E, you only have 5 turns, and after 5 you flip to see if you continue on. So, sitting on a 4-point lead is okay with me, as Misaki finishes off the Bayou Gremlin. And she continues with her last action to take out, or just to charge into Summer's face. So Summer's now got to deal with a Toto and Misaki right there. So things are about to go downhill fast. I've lost 2 models, right off the bat there. So I decide to activate Summer before he dies, taking a wound for poison right off the bat. And at this point I'm contemplating, do I try and go for Misaki, or do I kill a Toto? Defenses are pretty much the same, and their wound count was pretty much the same at this point. But I remembered that he took Bodyguard on a Toto, so I'm thinking, okay, so technically I'm still scoring. I delivered the message. Now if I can prevent the bodyguard, I could kind of seal the deal here. So as Mark is gluing his stuff in the background there, that's what I decide to do. So I start by giving myself the suit. There's an ability that Summer has. It's actually a spell. It's called Do It Like This, and it's a 0-action spell. Target number is 12, and it's an 8-inch pulse. Now check this out. You discard a card, and until the end of the turn, all friendly models within 8 inches and line of sight, including this model, add the suit of the discarded dual totals. Now, you might be thinking I'd go for a ram, but I had to go crow. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to turn a Toto here into a pig. And that would be the first time ever in M2E that I could pull this off. So giving myself the crow on every attack is just as good as a soul stone. If you think about it, it's actually better than a soul stone, because now I start burning soul stones to get positive flips on my attacks, just to ensure that a Toto is going down. So get this, it actually works. The way I was able to pull it off is by burning a soul stone and using the ability. I was able to cheat in Red Joker for damage and got him to his heart to wound, and then finished him off with the last attack. And then Summer crapped out a pig. So there's the pig model right next to Misaki. And yeah, so that was awesome. I think that would sum up turn 3. Well, it wasn't the end of turn 3, but just to sum up turn 3 as being awesome is that Summer got to turn a Toto into a pig. Anyways, Mark activates his samurai and decides to, chop away at Summer. And at this point, things are looking pretty bad, but I'm burning soul stones for defense now, because I started the game with the max of 7, and so now's the time to just sort of do what I can. Unfortunately, the samurai just ate Summer's face and stabbed him and killed him, and now I have no master, and we're only in turn 3, so bloody game so far. So that gives Mark 3 points for assassinate, so he's catching up pretty quickly here, and so all I can do left is try to get my protect land and continue to score off the strategy of squatters' rights. So I think at this point it's Bayou Gremlins firing down at the samurai. I think I do a couple of points to that samurai. Yeah, samurai's the target, so just want to take out I'm okay with Misaki living at this point. She is technically engaged with that pig, so I'm fine with that. She's going to have to waste a couple of action points to kill that thing, and pigs have a really high defense. So what I want to do is get rid of his samurai and his 10 Thunder Archer. And with, basically my only options now are just to shoot. But I mean, that's what Gremlins like to do. They like to shoot. So you can see that 13 Rams come out. And that's going to, that should take care of the samurai. If my memory serves correctly, I think my Gremlin declares dumb luck and actually takes out, so she's gone. And so that's a little bit of relief on my end. And now he has the 10 Thunders Archer kind of contemplating whether or not he should shoot the pig, free Misaki next turn, or personally, I'm thinking he should just, go for the objective marker in the center of the table. I mean, because you're not far behind. You just scored 3 for killing Summer, and you do have enough models to score the objective. I mean, don't let me score again, but I think he opts to peg the gremlin on top of the hill there. So he takes a shot at that gremlin, and it's not a bad move. I mean, the gremlin is an objective grabber, but unfortunately, oh yeah, I do. I take no. He actually misses, and I go reckless and claim the objective marker. So I'm just trying to just trying to grab as many VPs as possible as we head into turn 4, and then he's all out of activations. So I activate that gremlin on the upper left-hand corner and take a shot at the 10 Thunder Archer. Basically, if it's just going to be Masaki, if I could just isolate it down to Masaki, I think I'm in pretty good shape. So turn 4, I win the initiative flip and opt to go with Rami. Rami's pretty much my last hope to stop Masaki. So aim a high coming into play once again. This time I opt to go reckless because I need to pump enough shots into her and take her down. So the only good thing is she's out of stones at this point, and hoping to just get a couple of good hits in. The first shot lands, however, it does only a single point of damage, so things not looking good for me right now. Second shot lands, and actually do really good damage. I think it did 4 wounds or something like that, and so I'm thinking, okay, I need one more shot at her, and unfortunately this time I flip low. I don't have the cards in my hands, and so Masaki lives. So this is bad news for the Gremlins. As you see, that's actually my second flip. You see the red joker. That's how I was able to do so much damage on Masaki. There we go. So a little foreshadowing here on my third and final attack. Mark cheats up and I can't hit her. So so then Mark activates his 10 Thunder Archer and targets my Bayou Gremlin towards the rock there. Actually does a focus shot, which was strange to me because he's down to 2 wounds, so I figured if he just pegged him he would have died, and then he could have done something else with his other action point. But it's not me, so I have the benefit of looking at the footage after things are done. When you're in the middle of a game, as we see that he did enough damage to take out that gremlin. Because when you're in the middle of a game, stuff happens. But this next part coming up, I'm going to let the footage run and just let you hear the audio. So he activates Masaki, or actually I go with the Bayou Gremlin next and flip over the counter, and then he's going to activate Masaki.
0 action bisexual stalk the pig.
Alright.
And then she's gonna make a bisexual. She's gonna joke.
Stalking. Wait. If you use the 0 action to stalk the pig, you can't use the second.
This is a 1 action.
Oh, it's a 1 action.
Yeah. Jesus, Paul, calm down.
No. Hi, you can't do that.
I get a pug
Can't kill my
because
pig.
he stopped. 7, 18.
God damn it. Oh shit. What is the pig's D? What is the pig's D?
Give me the D.
Give me the D. Holy shit, I'm at 19. Oh yeah. Pig and defense 6. pigs.
Oh shit. Alright, so that meant...
Summoning the pig was the greatest idea ever.
No, pigs are great now. I know, I'm at 19-2. I lied.
Alright.
Still hitting. Shit. Single negative. Because bisexual. Take 2 points.
You're still alive. Yeah, pig.
I don't know. Second swing. Wait, what's this CB?
Is, I don't know. 4? So yeah, 4.
Oh, so I can declare a charge when I'm engaged. Disengage. And your CB what? 6?
No, CB4.
That is awesome. They're awfully sporty. Alright, I'm gonna pre-measure this first. It's fuck your couch, that's why. Alright.
Screw you!
It's gonna diving charge that bitch. I have to disengage.
So, don't you have to disengage twice?
Hang on.
You're gonna disengage twice! I'm just not gonna let you charge my Remy! Screw you! Fuck you off, couch!
I'll just kill the pig. Let's focus my resources. Kill that bastard. 14.
I'm at 19 again! You shit!
Alright, fucking pig is awesome!
Black Joker! Damn it!
I'm at 8. Where are you at?
7.
Wait. We need to stop for a second. We need to stop. We need to, Saki, wait a second. Saki, 3 strikes at my pig. Oh my god. That's kind of a problem that Masaki can't kill the pig. No, I mean, I think that's a flaw in the game.
Oh, yeah.
That's a pretty big freaking flaw, man.
Yeah. There's probably an upgrade that makes it makes sense.
Alright, but
I could kill him, I just need another model from 2 inches.
this guy's gonna move
Closer.
Yeah, right. And then he's gonna take a 1 action and drop what you call it? Do I have a counter?
Yes, that's what may think. There's another fucking trigger.
So he drops a counter. There. Okay. So that's his move. You went with the archer, right?
Yep.
So turn 5?
Turn 5. Okay, I gotta kill that goddamn pig.
So, just thought I would play the audio at the end of turn 4, and just to kind of, show you how changing the soulstone mechanic did kind of weaken masters quite a bit, and anyone that can use soulstones. So, even though Masaki didn't have any soulstones, it's just an example of how, something with a high defense like a piglet can tank your master now. It's something that it's a tactic. Now that I've seen it in action, I'm going to be using it. Anyways, Mark wins activation. 0 action strikes the pig and kills it. I think he got his next target trigger off as well. And now he is about to diving charge Rami. And so, Rami is in trouble there. Rami's taken quite a few wounds from, you know, dumb lucking and going reckless, and he does have a way to heal himself. I just didn't use it. I was kind of banking on the fact that I should have been able to take down Misaki with 3 shots, but that didn't happen. So, you know, you don't have to be a Malifaux expert to see that Misaki is just going to eat my Gremlin alive. So that was her diving charge, which is a 2 action, and she was in melee range of that Bayou Gremlin, who last turn put down a scheme marker for protect land. I was just trying to score as many points as possible, and she takes him out. However, I scored enough points to actually win the game. He got his assassinate, but I was still winning in schemes as I activate my last Bayou Gremlin. I was actually winning on strategy. I scored 3 points off strategy at this point, and I had to deliver a message. So I'm sitting on 6 points, and about to score another point because he just doesn't have enough to overturn markers. So the Bayou Gremlin's just trying to take out that archer before he dies himself, but unfortunately not enough to do enough wounds to him. So the archer is going to retaliate, and that Bayou Gremlin is sitting on his last wound. So that will do it. Final thoughts for the game. Pretty enjoyable game. As far as M2E goes, there are things that I don't like. I don't like the shared strategies, and I think the Soulstone change was a little drastic. Upgrades I can get used to. This particular game, I kept forgetting about them, and definitely going to take a swig for summer every single time now that Soulstones don't heal. But I think I will play a few more games before I give my final verdict on Malifaux 2.0. But for now, I will see you guys on the next whatever I do. Thanks for watching all of this. I know it was a long video. Bye!